Every year, across cities, villages, and continents, something extraordinary happens. The sky explodes in red and gold. Drums echo through narrow streets. Lanterns cast a warm glow in the winter night. And families travel thousands of miles just to sit together at one table. This isn't just a celebration. This is history, mythology, family, and identity, all woven into one powerful festival. This is Chinese New Year. Long ago, in ancient China, villagers lived in constant fear of a terrifying beast known as Nian. Every year, on the very first night of the new year, Nian would emerge from the dark mountains. It devoured livestock, destroyed homes, and struck fear into the hearts of entire communities. For generations, people hid, hoping to survive the night. But then, they discovered something incredible. Nian was afraid of three things: the color red, loud noises, and bright fire. So, the villagers fought back, not with weapons, but with wisdom. They hung vibrant red decorations on every door. They set bamboo on fire, which crackled and popped with explosive sounds. And they lit torches, turning the darkest night into a blaze of light. When Nian came down from the mountains that year, it was met with a wall of red, a cacophony of noise, and a sea of flames. The monster, terrified, fled back to its lair and never returned. And from this ancient tale of survival, a tradition was born. A tradition of light, noise, and the powerful color red, all to welcome good fortune and ward off the darkness. The story of Chinese New Year goes back even further than the legend of Nian, over 3,000 years to the time of the Shang dynasty. It began as a solemn ceremonial celebration, a time to honor ancestors and deities at the end of the year. Over centuries, these rituals evolved and blended with agricultural cycles, eventually becoming what we now call the Spring Festival. The holiday follows the lunar calendar, which is why its date changes every year. It officially begins on the second new moon after the winter solstice, usually falling sometime between January 21st and February 20th. But this is no short celebration. It lasts for 15 full days, culminating in the beautiful and serene Lantern Festival. Today, what started in ancient China is celebrated not just there, but all across Asia and in communities around the world, connecting millions to their shared history. Each year, the Spring Festival triggers the largest annual human migration on Earth. For a few weeks, the entire country is in motion. Millions upon millions of people journey home. Airports overflow. Train stations are packed with bodies and luggage, a river of humanity flowing from the bustling cities back to the quiet hometowns. In megacities like Beijing and Shanghai, which are usually teeming with activity, a strange quiet descends as a significant portion of the population travels to reunite with their families. This period is known as Kunyun, or the Spring Festival Travel Rush. It's a modern phenomenon driven by an ancient value, because no matter how advanced or fast-paced the world becomes, the heart of Chinese New Year has always been, and will always be, about one thing: family. It's about returning to your roots, sharing a meal, and reaffirming the bonds that tie you together across any distance. The festival is rich with traditions and symbols, each carrying deep meaning. One of the most beloved customs is the giving of red envelopes, or elders give these vibrant red packets filled with money to children and unmarried younger relatives. The color red symbolizes luck and prosperity, and it's believed to protect the recipient from evil spirits. The money inside is less about the amount and more about the gesture of passing on good fortune. The most important event of the entire festival is the New Year's Eve reunion dinner. This is the meal that families travel thousands of miles for. The table is laden with dishes, and each one tells a story. Fish is always served, because the word for fish sounds like the word for surplus or abundance. Dumplings, shaped like ancient Chinese money, symbolize wealth. And long, uncut noodles represent a wish for longevity. Even the act of cleaning has its own ritual before the new year arrives. Homes are meticulously cleaned from top to bottom. This isn't just about tidiness. It is about sweeping away any bad luck that has accumulated over the past year to make room for good fortune. But once the clock strikes midnight and the new year begins, all sweeping and cleaning must stop. Why? So you don't accidentally sweep the newly arrived good fortune right out the door. As the celebrations unfold, the streets come alive with the thunderous beat of drums and the clash of cymbals. This is the sound of the lion and dragon dances. In the lion dance, two performers hide beneath an elaborate costume, mimicking the movements of a powerful, playful lion. They dance to scare away evil spirits and bring good luck to businesses and households. Even more spectacular is the dragon dance. A team of performers holds up a long, serpentine dragon on poles, moving in synchronized rhythm. The dragon twists, rises, and falls, weaving through the streets like a living river of silken sequins. In Chinese culture, the dragon is not a fearsome monster, but a revered symbol of strength, good fortune, and prosperity. During major celebrations, these public performances are held at iconic landmarks like the Forbidden City and even near the Great Wall of China, turning historical sites into stages for living mythology. In Chinese culture, time isn't just a straight line. It's a cycle. Each year is represented by one of 12 zodiac animals: the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. Legend has it that the Jade Emperor, a prominent figure in Chinese mythology, wanted to create a way to measure time. So, he organized a great race, declaring that the first 12 animals to cross a mighty river would have a year named after them. The clever rat came in first by riding on the ox's back, and the diligent pig came in last. It's believed that the animal sign of your birth year influences your personality, fortune, and even your destiny. Fireworks have always been one of the most iconic parts of the celebration, echoing the ancient tradition of using loud noises to scare away evil. In modern China, this tradition has reached a colossal scale. Cities host massive, televised events like the CCTV Spring Festival Gala, a variety show that has become a New Year's Eve ritual for families across the nation. Watched by hundreds of millions, it blends traditional music, opera, and acrobatics with modern comedy, pop songs, and spectacular dance numbers. It's a perfect example of how Chinese New Year adapts, even surrounded by towering skyscrapers and glued to smartphones. The ancient traditions and the desire to celebrate together remain as powerful as ever. What began in ancient China has now crossed every border. Today, Chinese New Year is celebrated with passion and joy in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, the United States, the United Kingdom, and in every Chinatown worldwide. Streets from London to Sydney are adorned with red lanterns. Parades featuring dragon dances wind through cities that are oceans away from China. It has become a truly global cultural event, a festival that bridges heritage with modern identity and invites the entire world to share in its message of hope and renewal. Chinese New Year is so much more than fireworks and red envelopes. It is memory passed down through generations. It is family reuniting against all odds. It is survival, born from a legend of a monster in the mountains. And it is renewal, the belief that a new year brings a fresh start. From an ancient village fighting off a mythical beast to a billion people lighting up the night sky today, it remains one of humanity's most powerful and enduring celebrations. Happy New Year! Or, as they say in Mandarin, Xin Nian Kua Ila. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's greatest festivals, subscribe for more cultural stories from around the globe. And let us know in the comments, which zodiac animal are you? Thanks for watching.
经济高效、舒适宜居的省级示范小城镇。
好，我们现在所看到是由德江农生银行分会给我们带来的舞龙表演。德江农生银行祝全县人民龙年五喜祥丰，祝你生活美满，龙头摇来福运，祝你事业辉煌，龙爪抓来的幸福，祝你快乐长久。
祝愿吉祥如意，寄托着人们对美好生活的向往。
我们欢庆银行共同庆祝我国的传统节日。